Hello, friends. Happy Monday. Not happy Columbus Day because it is Indigenous Peoples Day, which is way more important and way less problematic. That is all that's on my mind at the moment. I'm in between houses, scrolling through social media, thinking about how gross and terrible it is that so many people who look like me think it's okay to celebrate a really gross person with a holiday. And how that's totally normal for people that look like me to think that that's okay. Like, normal in the sense that, yes, people are questioning it, but just as many people either don't know that it's a problem or don't care. And that's just gross to me. And maybe that's because I try very hard to not be the type of person who engages in celebration of terrible people. Or maybe it's just that if you care enough about something, you can convince yourself that it's actually important. But I'm pretty sure it's the former and not the latter. And one of the most beneficial things that I have done since graduating college has been not getting angry with people who still think it's okay. More just not giving them my attention. You know? Since I am not someone who has a large platform in which to promote different ideas, and because I am friends on Facebook with a lot of people who either don't know or don't care from the time that I spent living in Southwest Iowa, I don't think it's beneficial for me to rant on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever about Columbus Day and how terrible of a person Christopher Columbus was. Because most of the people that are going to see the post either agree with me already or are just going to get pissed off and probably not even say anything because they don't care that I have that opinion. And I realize that kind of sounds like it's counterintuitive for them to get pissed off and not care, but I think they often, when we don't agree with something, we get pissed off that someone has an opinion that's different than ours, as opposed to getting pissed off that that person's opinion might be harmful. Or not get pissed off at all because it isn't a harmful opinion, it's just an opinion. Most importantly, there's so many layers to this because I'm just processing as I'm talking, but I think the most important thing is when it is important that, excuse you, car. It is important that we talk about it, and it is important that we stop celebrating this terrible person who died centuries ago and start celebrating a people group who were exploited and tortured and are still alive and deserve to be recognized as people who are still alive and matter. Sometimes I wonder whether my tendency towards empathy and a desire for justice create this mindset that I think is normal instead of something that you have to learn, in where if someone tells you about something that you should care about, you are more likely to care about it without having a personal experience. So that's both sympathy and empathy, I guess. But the desire to understand and care about someone else's issues that don't affect you is not common enough. And I think on a day like Columbus Day, which should not be Columbus Day, it should be Indigenous Peoples Day. I think it is a great opportunity to see that and roll with it. And I'm losing my train of thought as I'm talking. because it's Monday. But this is very important to me in a way that's not like me getting really fiery, passion, anger, whatever. It's like, this is important because I have been listening to the perspectives of people who it actually affects. Following Native Americans on social media, being able to hear their perspectives and see the research that they or their colleagues have done is really beneficial. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've gotten out of the last year specifically, is having those perspectives that instead of just hearing a bunch of other people that look like me either agree or disagree with a holiday, you're actually listening to the people that it affects. I think that's as good a point as any.